The first card you have for your past is the Page of Pentacles. So yes, I'm seeing you really wanting to, do something. You felt really excited about something. You're really wanting to start something. It might have been a project. It might have been something you're really excited about, but you weren't sure about how to kind of go about things practically. It was kind of just like an abstract idea in your mind, and you didn't know kind of how to go about the logistics of getting everything together and doing this. If you look at this page, his head's full of passion. He's got a great big red hat on his head, so he has passion in his head, but he's wearing a green tunic. So the color green can represent newness, freshness, and it can be, if you ever heard of that saying, this person's a bit green, it can mean, they're a bit inexperienced or a bit naive. Now, I don't mean that you are naive, but what I mean is you just didn't have the experience in how to go about this kind of thing that you wanted to do. You didn't know how to kind of put it into action, if that makes sense. And yes, this could be a business idea. This could be some kind of money-making idea, because there's a coin in this card, obviously. So, yes, if this resonates, you can do this. So don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel like, oh, this will never happen. I don't know how I'm going to do this. It is definitely possible. Don't let experience stop you. If you look at anything around you, it was invented by someone who didn't know how to go about doing it. They just had an idea. And then as they went along, they learned as they went along. And this thing, whatever it was produced. You wouldn't be listening to me right now if it wasn't for someone who invented, phones, microphones, whatever else, cameras, everything else. So yes, you can do this. You can definitely do this. And you're also a hard-working person. I can see that quite clearly. So there must be a way to work out how to do this, and I think you probably will work out how to do this, because this is a very exciting thing. It's something you're very excited about, and this could be a very important, very interesting thing. I'm seeing a very innovative thing, something very different. I'm also seeing learning, specifically learning another language or something like that. So this could literally be learning another language. It could be a spoken language. It could also be another kind of language. It could be something like the language of music, or it could be the language of coding even, or something like that, language of whatever else. But there's a whole new system inside you that needs to be unlocked to enable you to kind of get this thing done, if that makes sense. Now, this sounds like a great big difficult thing to do, all this learning and everything else, and you don't even know if it's going to be a success at the end. But I'm seeing that it will. If you do take this road, if you do all of this work that you need to do, you will have success in the end. You just need to keep on pursuing this. And yes, I'm seeing that, yes, you will pursue this. You will be able to do this. You're also going to be doing some outer learning, some language learning, some learning of kind of this new whatever this is. And also I'm seeing, I don't know if this makes sense, but I'm seeing there's going to be a lot of inner learning happening inside of you as well. And they're going to come together to form this kind of very, very special moment where you're going to be able to get this done. I hope that makes sense. The next card you have, your past, is the Ace of Cups. So yes, there could have been someone, maybe you're missing someone at this time, or maybe you weren't actually thinking of someone, and then something came into your mind to kind of make you miss them. Because I'm seeing that you're keeping very busy, you're thinking about this idea, you're thinking about all sorts of other ideas and things like that. You're working quite hard at this time, I'm seeing that. But then I'm seeing that maybe you heard some kind of thing, something triggered you. I'm saying heard. You probably heard some music, or you heard a song or something like that that triggered a memory, and then you started thinking about this person that deep down you're actually missing. If you look at this Ace of Cups, there are some bells, these little jingle bells that are just up above the stem on this cup. And so your bells kind of ring out and everyone hears them. It's like, when you think about bells, you think of church bells, school bells. You hear a sound, and then that's a call to action that kind of makes you want to do something, or it makes you feel something. And so what I'm seeing is you heard some kind of music that made you feel a certain way, made you remember this person, you had memories of this person. And there might have even been tears come down, or there might have been tears come to your eyes. And then what happened was you kind of either turned this music off, or you went away from where you were hearing this music. You might have heard it outside somewhere in a shop or somewhere else, and you went out and left so that you didn't hear that anymore. So I hope this is going to make sense. You might be thinking to yourself, why would I have to go through this horrible memory of this feeling of what happened with this person? I'm seeing it's because the universe was probably trying to tell you to, it was trying to show you how much you've grown since that time. It was trying to tell you that you've really grown so much from that time. You really had a terrible time when you were with this person, and you're very, very sad. You had a lot of very strong feelings for them, but you really had grown so much since that time with them. And that's what this was showing you. And that's why I was seeing in the Page of Pentacles, inner work and inner growth, as well as a new language or new learning and outer growth. So these things are all going to come together, and they're going to form this really, really big turning point where you're going to be able to do this project or achieve this thing that you want, because you're getting strong inside yourself. Now you might be feeling very weak. You might be thinking, why did now suddenly I'm crying? That's not strength at all. It's horrible. I've gone right back to square one. No, you haven't. This is showing you how far you've come from that time. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So the last card you have, your past, is the Four of Wands. So yes, this could have been someone who you thought you might marry way back when you were with them, or maybe you even were married to this person. You are having all kinds of memories, all kinds of thoughts about this person, but you're going to come full circle. I'm seeing you're going to come back into yourself again. And again, I'm seeing this is showing you again how much you've learned, and this is showing you how much you've grown and how strong you are at this time. You're strong, you're ready. You're ready to take on this challenge of learning this thing, achieving what you want or you were at this time. And the other thing I'm seeing in this card is, this is the Four of Wands, this is 1111. So this is the gates opening up for you, ready for you to go through and start achieving this thing and growing and going up higher on another level and doing whatever you want to do. So inner strength with what you've been through, outer strength with what you're learning and what you're growing in and what you're going to achieve. That's what I'm seeing in your past. I hope that all makes sense. It sounds a bit kind of crazy. I hope you understood what I was saying. The first card you have for your present is the Moon. Yes, so another very emotional card. So yes, again, I'm seeing that you might have still had these feelings drag on from that time, because it really did trigger off a lot of memories in you. And so you are still thinking, or you still are, this is in your present, you're still thinking about this person quite a lot, thinking about what you went through, but really you've grown so much. And that's what I'm seeing with this card, because I'm seeing that, even when you're going through a lot emotionally, you still have this outer shell. You're Cancer, so of course you have an outer shell. So you're protected. And also this is showing you growing again. So you're coming out of the water like this lobster. You're coming up this path. You're going upwards. And what am I seeing again in this card? I am seeing these two watchtowers. So these, to me, in this card represent two gates, just like I was seeing in the Four of Wands, 1111s. These are the two wands. So this is opening up for you again. This is just summarizing everything I've seen in your past. Heartbreak, coming out of emotions, which is the water. You have a strong shell around you because you're Cancer, and also this is the lobster. You're coming up through all this hurt. There are tears still coming down here, I'm seeing in this card, but you're coming up, walking up through these gates up into the hills. That's what I'm seeing in this card again. So this is really saying the same thing. The next card you have, your present, is the Queen of Swords. So this queen is a beautiful, beautiful, wise queen. She's like an older woman. Sometimes people see her as a widow. So she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot of hurt. Just like you have. You've been through a lot of hurt. She's very kind as well. She's not completely closed off. She's very kind. She's very loving. She's very caring. But she has her sword up. She doesn't take any rubbish. She doesn't take any nonsense from people. So I'm actually seeing there might be a new person who's interested in you at this time. They're coming into your life. They want to kind of tell you that they want to either have a relationship with you or date you or start talking to you. They're interested in you romantically. I'm not seeing you being ready for anyone at this time. Your guard's up, not in a bad way, not in a defensive, angry way, but you're kind of just protecting yourself from any new things that are coming along because you're just not ready at this time. You have your shell up like in the lobster. Again, I'm seeing this. So she has her sword up. You're not interested in any kind of love at this time. That's what I'm seeing. You're just not quite ready and you're not ready for this person. And I'm seeing that you probably just see whoever this is as a friend and you really don't want to go there romantically with them. You just see them as a friend, really. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So the last card you have your present is the Knight of Swords. It's not the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands. I don't know why I said that. The Knight of Wands, probably because I'm looking at this sword in the Queen of Swords. Yes, the Knight of Wands. So yes, this person does not want to be in the friend zone, even though you're going to put them there or you are putting them there. They do not want to be in the friend zone. They feel very passionate towards you. They're very, very interested in you. But unfortunately for them, you only see them as a friend. So they're the opposite of you at this time. You're feeling very in control of things. Finally, you're in control of your emotions and you want to hang on to that feeling. You don't want to have this out of control feeling again. You want to be in control of yourself. And this is the right position for you to be in at this time. And they're actually not in control of their emotions. They want to rush in, they want to be with you. But again, you're not interested in them. You just see them as a friend. They might rush in, they might rush out again of your life. And really, you don't mind that. You're not worried about them because you don't see them in that way. You don't see them in that romantic way. So you might continue to be friends with them. They might want to be friends with you, but nothing is going to happen between you romantically. Sadly for that person, because they were feeling very passionately, or they are feeling very passionately toward you. The first card you have, your future, is the Eight of Swords. Yes. Yes, you're still not going to be interested in love at all. Interested, I should say, in love at all. I'm not speaking very clearly. Sorry about that. Yes, you're going to be focused on this project or this idea that you've had in the Page of Pentacles. You're going to just be really, really focused on that. You're going to be thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? What do I do here? What's my first step? What's this step? You're thinking of all these things. And I'm seeing that you are going to come up against some kind of obstacle. And what I'm seeing again with this card is I'm seeing someone might be trying to censor you in some way, stop you from saying something around this project, which is really interesting because I was seeing language in this, and there will be a way to get around this, I'm seeing, and you might have a rival actually in this, but I'm definitely seeing someone trying to stop you, trying to stop your speech, trying to stop your words. This might be the written word. Someone might be stopping you from broadcasting or something like that. You might even have a YouTube channel, or you might be doing something like that. But someone's trying to stop you. Someone sees you as a rival. Someone's trying to stop your words. Now, there is a way around this. There's always a way around this. Someone has tried to stop me on here. They've tried to stop my words, but they didn't do that. And I'm seeing you as being very determined as well. They're not going to stop you. And you are going to find a way around this. But someone's being very sneaky. There might be a little bit of jealousy around this as well. The next card you have, your future, is the Seven of Swords. Yes, the sneaky card. So here we are. Here's this rival. This is someone who sees you as being in some kind of competition with them. But they're not going to try to compete with you in an honest way. I mean, if you're in a race with someone, you run, they run, and the winner is the winner. That's it. But they might be trying to do some sneaky tactics to try to kind of stop you in some way, be dishonest in some way. Again, I'm seeing someone trying to stop your words because, often when I see swords, I see them as words. If you remove the letter S from the word sword, it becomes word. So this man on this card's definitely stealing swords, stealing your words. So this person might be trying to steal your ideas. This could be a reminder to you to be very careful of who you speak to about what you're trying to achieve. I'm not saying that you should be paranoid and never tell anyone anything, but just be careful of who's around you. Be careful of what you say. And also, if someone uses these tactics, they're not going to succeed. They're not going to succeed. If someone tries to copy someone else's ideas, which is what someone has done to me, someone has copied my videos onto their own channel and they've tried to kind of get views from my work and things like that. All sorts of people have done all sorts of things to me, but they don't prosper. I keep going. That's what's going to happen to you. But just be careful of who you might be talking to about some of these ideas. That's what I'm seeing with this card. The last card you have, your future, is the Magician. Yes, anyone who wants to steal from a magician isn't very smart. So you're the magician. This person's going to try to steal from you, take your words, or stop you, or do something. They're going to have some kind of nasty tactics, thinking they're in some competition with you. So yes, you have the ability to achieve whatever you want to do, despite whatever this silly person's doing around you. And, again, I'm seeing language with this. I'm seeing writing, or I'm seeing words, using your words to achieve something. And, I'm also seeing this as a message for you to stay focused. Magicians are very, very focused. They concentrate very hard on what they're doing. So even though you've got someone doing whatever this is around you, and you are going to have to look out for whoever this is, don't focus too much on people who try to copy you or people who try to do this or that, because you're going to lose sight of what you're doing. Just put your head down, concentrate on what you're doing, and they're not really worth bothering with. They're second-rate people if they're trying to copy you anyway. So try not to give too much importance to people who imitate. There's only one you, and you're the best person, and that's why they're trying to imitate you. Just keep that in mind. Sounds like I'm being really kind of saying how fantastic you are and showing off and all that. I don't mean that. I just mean, concentrate on who you are and what you want to do and what you want to achieve. Don't concentrate on these other people. They're really not worth it. But also, keep your eyes opened as well. Keep your eyes opened as well. So 2 things there as well.